It's like I said, nobody's hotter in bed than Jesus.
Alright boys, so today's video is a bit of a doozy. I found a woman named Gail Schuler, and she claims that Jesus isn't a cock blocker. So, yeah.
Zach Knight tells me that some Jesuit kids have been making fun of him, saying he's not cool because he's no longer sexually fun anymore. But you know what? You know how to give a woman the most deep and awesome orgasm ever?
Starting off right off the bat, I don't know what she's on about, nor do I know who she's talking about, but it doesn't seem to have anything to do with the video.
And when Zach Knight was bad, and when he impersonated Jesus and made love to me and made me pregnant with a bunch of satanic sperm.
So now we know who this guy is. He impersonated Jesus and got her pregnant. Okay.
I asked Jesus how he felt about Zach impersonating him, and you know how Jesus answered? He said, "I'm much better than Zach Knight is in bed."
You heard it here first. Jesus is better than Zach Knight in bed. I didn't know Jesus bragged about his skills in bed, but there you go.
Well, all I can say, Zach, is Rule 13 has a wet-ass pussy all the time now. Like 24/7. She would crawl over scorpions and fire and ice to have sex with Zach Knight now. The new, super cool Zach Knight, who now makes love like Jesus.
So, obviously, like, as you guys know, there's people who believe in God, this and that. Yeah, everyone has their own beliefs, but then there's people like this who are a lot more, like, very into it. And in this woman's case, it almost seems like she's fabricating her own religion, in the sense she's talking about having sex with Jesus.
You might say, Jesus doesn't care about... Oh, come on, man. God invented sex. You think anybody's hotter in bed than Jesus? You say, oh, he doesn't care about... Jesus is not a cock blocker. He hates it that he has that reputation. So I bet he really loves this video.
I'm sure Jesus is loving this video, sitting down at his setup up in heaven. I'm sure he's loving it.
Initiate the wedding between me and my husband, Brent Spiner. And let me tell you something about Brent Spiner. I think he is the sexiest man alive.
So right now she's talking about Brent Spiner, who is an actor from, you might know him from Star Trek. And yeah, basically that was it. I don't see anything else I know that he was in.
Did you know back in when he called me on the phone and made love to me on the phone? Oh man, I about had an orgasm just listening to that velvet voice. He was so Christ-like. So
she made love with Brent Spiner on the phone. You know, some things just have to be left unsaid, and in this case, this is one of those. Why is this on the internet? This woman, obviously very Christian, to the point she's talking about being in bed with Jesus. So if she is that Christian, why would she say this stuff on the internet?
It was so manly, steel and velvet. And you know what? Zach Knight, you're sexier now than you ever were when you were that shallow Antichrist. It's like I said, nobody's hotter in bed than Jesus.
So all I've got from this so far is this woman just really seems like she wants to have sex with Jesus.
And the reason Brent Spiner turned me on is because he was so Christ-like. And you think when Jesus... I asked Jesus told me he'd be giving me his semen in the millennium. I thought, at first I misunderstood him, and I thought that meant he'd be making love to me, but Jesus corrected me. He says, no, Gail, I will not be making love to you. I can't do that because I'm married to the church.
I get people can be very Christian, but this woman, she wants to have sex with Jesus.
But that often makes me wonder. I wonder how he's going to make love to his bride, the church. I bet that's going to be the hottest sex in the universe.
Watching Jesus make love to a church will be the hottest sex in the universe. You heard it here first.
Because I imagine making love to... Brent turned me on so much, man. I was having like 20, 50 orgasms a day just thinking about him. And I'm thinking, I must be such a sinful woman that this guy's doing this to me.
Again, this is information you don't need to tell to the internet, please.
And when I met Jesus later, when he started meeting with me one-on-one, he said one thing that he really likes about Brent is that he's so much like me. He said, Gail, Brent is a lot like me. And I recall back in 1991 when he talked to me on the phone.
This woman's been wanting to have sex with Jesus for 30 years now, at least.
I thought, this is the most Christ-like guy I've ever met. He makes love to me like he was like Jesus, It's like so masculine, so full of this tenderness and sensitivity and commitment. And he literally was willing to die for me. Let me tell you, if you want to turn a woman on in bed, you love her like Jesus loves his bride. And there is nothing hotter than that.
I've never ever heard anything Christian described this way.
When a woman knows that a man would die for her. And that's how much Brent loves me.
I guess she's kind of describing a good relationship. You'd love each other so much you die for one another. But the fact that she's constantly comparing him, that he's so Christ-like, and that's why she's so attracted to him, is really weird.
In fact, Jesus told me that Jesus once said, Gail, I don't want you to think about me making love to you because Satan's going to try to impersonate me and get you in trouble. Because what happened was when Zach was the Antichrist, he impersonated Jesus, knowing that I'm turned on by a Christ-like man.
This woman's about to try to have sex with Jesus and get possessed by the devil himself. Some of the stuff she's saying, I'm starting to think she might have been already.
And he said, he approves of me having more than one man in my marriage. And I said, Jesus, why? Isn't that polygamy? And Jesus said, it's cool with me. He said, your ancestor David had more than one wife, and I was cool with it.
Jesus loves this woman so much, he'll make any exception she wants when it comes to how she wants her relationship to be. And again, I would never bash on how people want to have their relationship, whether it's open, whether you have multiple people, I don't care. It's weird, but I don't care. But this woman's almost at the point where she's going so far into being Christian that, like I said, it's almost her own religion at this point, that she's just fabricating all of this stuff in her head.
So but Brent is my main man. And let me tell you, I think Brent Spiner is the sexiest man alive.
Okay, so basically she's just going back to this again, and we've already heard this whole spiel about Brent Spiner and this and that. So moving forward, just by looking at her channel here, a lot of them are very, she's obviously very obsessed with Brent Spiner. Marriage List Cancelled, only Brent Spiner. And she uploads a lot, too. She gets... the video I was just watching has just over 2,000 views. A lot of them are less than 500, around 500 to 1,000. But she also has a playlist on here called Summoning Satan. I'll link her channel in the description, so if you guys want to check out any of her videos, you can specifically. Gail's Men Can't Poop is a playlist that only has 3 videos. The comments, how does this channel not have 100 million subscribers? This is better than TV. Oh, but that's the thing. There's a few people that actually listen to this stuff. Thank you for the update, one person there. But anyway, you get the point. This is what all of her stuff is. It's really, really strange, and you could look at it for hours. She has so much content that she's uploaded now. But what I want to say is, Gail, if you're seeing this, I want to talk to you, and it could be a follow-up to this video here. I would love to just ask you a few questions about where all this is coming from and when Jesus has told you these things. But anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel. And if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe, obviously. Thanks for watching. And so I was just about to end the video, but then I noticed this as well. She has a website called Gail Schuler website. Gail defends her men. Alright, so we gotta check this out before we're done. I found her biography. So it says she was born in 1957 in Florida. So, Florida woman. Anyway, she's had 3 spouses. So David Schuler, who was murdered, had a child with him. Okay. David Schuler again, and it's his clone. 2001, so 16 years later, and they're divorced now. And then Brent Spiner, who it's just question mark to present, and not living with him yet. Yeah, as far as I can tell, the rest of her website is just basically a biography and little blogs she's wrote and stuff like that. But Laurie McBride's greatest threat. So yeah, this one's definitely going to need a follow-up to look into certain things. So I think that's enough of that one for me for today. But if you want to see the follow-up, you know what to do. But anyway, have a good one.